Hi, I'm Susan Ward. I'm a certified professional dog trainer, and today we're going to be talking about how we are socializing our puppies when we are socially distant. The good news is, with very few exceptions, we can socialize our puppies the way we would under normal circumstances. So let's get started. The first thing we want to talk about is, what is it? Socialization is the developmental process whereby puppies and adolescent dogs familiarize themselves with their constantly changing environment. It's how they work out what is safe and good as opposed to what is dangerous and bad. It is the most influential learning period of a dog's life and sets the foundation for adult behaviors. We often hear that puppies are born a blank slate, but that's simply not true. Their behavior is dependent on nature and nurture. Just like people, genetics influence what is possible. Some puppies are naturally introverted or extroverted, and everything in between. Our job is to give them the opportunities to become the best they can be given their genetic makeup. Developmentally, 3 to 12 weeks of age is considered the critical socialization stage. Puppies of this age are at their bravest when encountering new things. They are most likely to assume that all new things are safe until proven otherwise. From 12 weeks to 24 months, puppies become progressively more reluctant to approach novel experiences. We will see increasing concerns and anxiety during this stage. There is debate about when the socialization stage is closed, but somewhere around 12 months, puppies are likely to assume new things are dangerous until proven otherwise. So when we talk about how we want to socialize our puppies, we want to focus on positive exposure to new experiences. It's about quality, not quantity. The more experiences your puppy has with new things, the more confident they become. But that's only if he or she walks away learning that it was a safe and good thing for him or her. If the experience is scary or bad, it can shake their confidence. So you want to go slow, let your puppy choose the speed, and make sure that he's not overwhelmed. If you do start to see your puppy worry, watch and see if they can resolve it. I'm going to show an example of that in just a moment. If they can't, back up and give them more space. If they have more space, then can they resolve it? If not, then stop and try again later. If a puppy has already done too much that day, they may not be able to handle one more thing. A lot of us can relate to that right now. And puppies in general need more rest than owners expect. I'm going to show a video here in just a second of an adolescent. Mojo is my 9-month-old German Shepherd. He is relatively well socialized, but he does have some anxiety. A few months ago, this item that you're going to see would not have caused him any concern. But now at 9 months, and given the change in the environment, we are going to see a different response from him.
What the heck is that, huh? Yeah, that's not so spooky, huh? Oh! I didn't mean to let him destroy it.
So we're going to watch this one more time. That was Voodoo at the end. He is a 2.5-year-old. He has been a confident puppy from the get-go. We simply reinforce that confidence through quality socialization. And you can see the difference for yourself. Although I wasn't videotaping Voodoo at the beginning, he was not giving us all of those signals that Mojo was to indicate that he was anxious. We're going to watch this one more time, and I want you to watch Mojo's body language in specific. As he's moving along, he's sniffing the ground. And right there, we get a full body freeze. This was an indicator that he is anxious about that snowman. It's a choice point. He's anxious, fight, flight, or freeze, and we got a full body freeze. We're going to continue to watch, and I want you to look for the space that he uses. He's going to curve away from the snowman. He'll move back in. His head is lowered. And you can also, if you look closely, watch that the hair on the back of his spine is actually raised. You can see it there a little bit. He's very slow. All of the weight is shifted under his back legs. Twitch back a little bit. I'm going to take a break right there.
What the heck is that, huh?
He wants to go check it out again. And here comes Voodoo, a very confident 2.5-year-old who just thinks it's more interesting. And you're going to see
Yeah, that's not so spooky, huh?
How we can make this a play toy.
Oh!
And there goes the snowman.
I didn't mean to let him destroy it.
We're going to watch this one more time. And this time, I don't want you to watch Mojo. I want you to watch what I am doing. After all, it is the owner's job to figure out the owner's job, and what do we do when we see that our puppy is getting concerned about something. So in this case, if you look at the leash, it is loose. There's no tension on the leash, and Mojo is getting to decide the pace and the distance from that item, from the snowman. He's taking his time. And if he were to check in more often, he would get more treats. But he's only going to check in one time right about there. He's going to get a treat.
What the heck is that, huh?
You're not going to see me nagging. I'm letting him take his time so he can really process what is this thing. He's really getting a chance to figure it out in his head.
Yeah, that's not so spooky, huh?
And by the time we actually walk away, he has fully recovered. He's figured it out. It doesn't cause him any concern anymore.
Oh!
We have now learned that one more weird thing.
I didn't mean to let him destroy it.
Safe and good for Mojo.
I thought he...
So we're going to talk about 3 specific areas of socialization: people, dogs, and things that move, surfaces, sounds, and some confidence builders. And we are also going to be talking about socializing to separation. Right now, with everybody home from work and school, our puppies are not getting separation training. And last but not least, we are going to do one little comment about what to do if your dog is barking at things that walk by. So starting off with people, dogs, and things that move. The top 2 things you can do for your puppy: bring along treats and give them lots of space. If your puppy is looking worried or is too excited or distracted to pay attention to you, move further away. Let your pup watch at whatever distance he needs to see the person or dog and still be calm or calmish. And whatever you do, don't worry about leash skills right now. Do not reprimand your puppy if he pulls you towards people and dogs. He'll learn that bad things happen when they are near. So if your puppy is pulling, we will work on that another day. Don't worry about it in this context. That is something that they can learn outside of walking by people and dogs. For right now, we simply want to pair. Puppy sees a person or a dog, and he gets good things like treats. If he can't pay attention, move further away and encourage him to walk politely with you elsewhere. If your puppy can enjoy a snack as things go on around him, yay, what a great day for a puppy. That's what we are looking for. And although your puppy may not be greeting people and dogs right now, he is interacting. The dogs are speaking to each other through their body language, and your puppy is learning that people come in all shapes, sizes, sounds. They're riding on different things, bicycles and scooters and everything else that is coming out of the woodwork right now. So in this video, you're going to see Mojo walking by 3 dogs, 2 people, and 1 stroller. In 55 seconds, we are going to have a big socialization experience here. Oh, and by the way, we aren't going to see the first dog, but you're going to notice his body language. It is to our right.
Hey guys.
I'm going to back this up one more time. And again, I want you to look at his body language and what am I doing? You see him looking to the right? That's where the first dog was. And if you look along the back of his spine here, his hair is raised straight up. Now that may or may not be your puppy's body language. It depends. For Mojo, that is the first signal that he's starting to get worried. For another puppy, it might be that they're licking their lips, or they're yawning, or they're sniffing the ground. You're going to have to look at your puppy and figure out what their first signal is, but I guarantee there is one. What this tells me, when I see his hair coming up, that I don't want to get any closer. And in fact, if anything, I would move further away. But I'm going to keep going here. Oh, and where I stopped it, you can actually see him licking his lips. You have to look close, but there's the tongue licking the lips. I am giving him a treat right here. I'm giving him treats when he checks in. But for many dogs, it's actually too hard to look away from the scary thing and back to the owner's hand. He was right on the edge there, so I started tossing treats to the ground. It's a whole lot easier. He can grab that treat as he is walking by. It doesn't require a whole lot from him, and yet we are still getting the pairing of see the dog, the people, the child, the stroller, and get a treat at the same time. There's a dog to our left that barks every time we walk by. And so he's learned that that section of the road is actually a good place to predict he's going to get treats that are high value, by the way. We are not using dog food. We are not using low value treats here. These are high value treats that I have paired for that small section of our walk. As we continue, we will probably go back to lower value treats for any check-ins that he gives me, but here is where he earns the big bucks. This next part is talking about how we practice polite greetings when we are not greeting other people. This starts with the family. It starts at home. If your puppy can't be greeting family members politely, we don't have a whole lot of chance for success when we're out in public. You're going to see that this actually took 3 takes with Mojo. I honestly thought it would be a little bit harder for him because he is so excited when he sees his dad that I expected that he would be very, very jumpy. He wasn't, but still, you're going to see that it did not happen in the first take.
Hey, can I say hi to your dog?
That was our first take. Take 2, and Rob is going to make a different voice.
Hi, can I say hi to your dog?
Please wait, I'm breeding my dog. What is it? Yay! Oh, you can say hi.
Hi, what's his name?
His name's Mojo.
Mojo. Oh no, jumping Mojo.
Right there, he jumped a little bit when Rob said his name. That could actually go onto our list of training. Maybe it is at the point that his name is being said that elicits the jump. And if so, we can work on that specific piece of the greeting so that we can get a sit throughout. Third take was the charm here.
Hey, can I say hi to your dog?
Please wait, I'm training my dog. Mojo. Sit. Now you can say hi. Hi. Good job. Yay,
In general, what I would say is we want to be practicing calm greetings. If your puppy is running up and jumping on everybody in the family, that is the behavior that you're going to see with others as well. So we're practicing calm greetings. That is going to go a long way to getting less jumping. This next video is about practicing sounds, surfaces, and confidence builders. All of these things can be done indoors, and I made the tape ahead of time so that you could see all the different things that we have going on.
So this is an example of how we can socialize our puppies when we are indoors. I would be doing these types of things no matter the circumstances, and certainly right now because we are socially isolated, it's really critical that we socialize our puppies in the ways that we have available to us. I have all kinds of things set up that I'll show you. I would not normally do all of these things at once. I just happen to be doing that today so that you can think about what you already have around your house to help you with this. Nothing here is something that you would have to go out and actually buy separate. They're just things I had around. One of the things that we really want to talk about is having your dogs learn how to walk on different surfaces. This is just a piece of aluminum foil. Not only will it be something new to walk on, but it makes new and interesting sounds as well. The most critical point to all of this is if you see your dog nervous about trying something new, don't try to take a treat and lure them into doing it. We are going to reinforce our dogs for trying it at their own pace. So I'm just going to lay this down. If he steps on it, I'm going to go ahead and treat him for that. I am not using my treat to lure him into position. He gets to try all of these things at his own pace. Nice, stuffed boy. Very nice. Oh my goodness, such a good boy. Such a good boy. And it's not just about the treats, it's about the praise. It's about the actual activity of doing this together. If he were nervous, again, I would not be asking him to walk in that. He is volunteering in. He's walked on lots of different things, and so this isn't a big deal for him. Now, Mojo is 9 months old, so he's had some socialization, obviously. If he were younger, I might have to go slower. What I do know about my particular dog is he has a lot of confidence when it comes to walking on different things. He has a lot of confidence with sounds. What he struggles with are when things move quickly around him. And so I will show you that in just a second. But when it comes to surfaces, I'm going to try some other things as well. This happens to be off of my bird food container. It's metal, and I'm actually going to flip it upside down so that if he should choose to walk on it, it would wobble. Now, if you look at his body right now, both of his front feet are out. All of his weight is on his back feet. He does not want to step on it. This movement for him is hard. So I'm treating him with what he's comfortable. He's comfortable actually eating the treats right off of there. He's just not comfortable yet putting a foot on there. Again, you see all of that weight is shifted onto his back feet. When I'm tossing the treat, we're making a metal sound. For him, that's not a big deal. For another dog, that might be something where I would soften the sound so it did not scare them or startle them. Mojo is accustomed to trying new things. We've done a lot of it as a puppy. He just offered a sit because what he doesn't want to do is step on this thing. So we are simply not going to do that. We're just going to have some treats around it. And even here I can put the treats on the outside so he's moving it and it's wobbling. And that is socialization. Another thing that we can try is just simply putting a handful of hangers up. He's sniffing and he's checking them out, so I'm going ahead and I'm treating him for that. If he were to step on it, same thing. I would go ahead and treat him. He lost his treat. Good boy. Good job, man. You're such a good brave boy. Yes, you are. Good boy. Another thing that I went ahead and pulled out, simply a strap piece of board and a pipe. I can go ahead and put my board on top of the pipe. It'll wobble a little bit. If he wants, he can step on it. If he doesn't, that's okay too. Good job. Good boy. He chose the side that's not wobbling, and so he's putting his feet on there. Good boy. Good job. Yay. Good boy. Good job. Nice. Oh my goodness, good boy. You notice that he just kind of rolled it? Boy. Oh my goodness, what a brave boy. Yay! Good job! Yes! Awesome! Very nice. me grab some more treats. Some other things I have for surfaces. I just took this off of my ironing board. It has a really weird metal surface. Just checking it out, and if you put the stick on there, good boy. Good job. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yay. Good boy. Good job. Oh my goodness, yes. Nicely done. Okay, so that's some of the surfaces. Cardboard is obviously a surface as well. We're going to use this cardboard box. Oh, did you see that? The box moved, and we got that startle response. That was too hard. We don't want that. And that's where I know I have a harder time with Mojo, is the movement of things. I'm going to move this very slowly. Even there, we got that startle. So I'm going to toss my treat a little bit further away, and he can watch me move this. Good boy. Good boy. He doesn't mind interacting when the thing is stationary. It's the movement. So I'm going to move and treat. Move and treat. Move and treat. I'm actually treating him further away so he's not right on top of the box when I move it. Move and treat. You notice as we are doing some repetitions here, we're not getting that same twitchiness that we did when I first moved it. He's not backing away anymore. He's figured out the name of the game here. I'm moving it, and again, he's watching it, but he's not worried about it. Good boy. And if I do more of this, he will get more and more comfortable with that. And that's why we want to do these activities, even though we can't get outside right now. Good job. Another thing I might do is simply get a chair out. And let's practice doing some things where we go under something. I am not going to lure him. He can earn a treat for simply going up to the chair. He does not have to go all the way under in order to get a treat. So I'm treating him where he's comfortable. Look what a big boy he is. This is actually very hard for him. Now if I had a little doxy or something like that, it would be much different, wouldn't it? He wants to actually go back to the cardboard box, which is fine. He can have some treats back there too. He's thinking. Hi, baby. Hi. He gets to choose. And if at some point he laid down to actually crawl under, we'd probably go ahead and get a jackpot for that. If I wanted to make this harder, I could take a blanket and simply put it over the top and have them go ahead and try to crawl under with that. I could put two chairs together and make a tunnel. He's not ready for that because he doesn't want to go under the chair when it's all by itself. So I'm not going to do that yet, but I could. if and when he was ready to do that. One of the other things I've got here is just to explore different surfaces, and this happens to be a metal sound. So I put a bunch of different utensils in here, toss some treats in. So he's making that metal sound and sticking his nose into something new and different to test it out. Now, if this scared him, if we got that same startle response that we got back when the box moved, I could probably take a bunch of this out and maybe I just put one thing in there and let them try with one. Maybe none to start with if the box itself is scary. This happens to be just a bunch of different scrap pieces of fabric that I can go ahead and toss some treats in, and if he goes ahead and eats, great. You could put tennis balls in there. You could put bubble wrap if your puppy doesn't eat it. Anything and everything, different things to put in there and have them stick their nose in and eat. You could try laundry baskets. You can try, back here I've got a milk crate. And in this case, the milk crate could be a different surface, just standing on here. Now, Mojo happens to be a big dog, so he has paws. His paws will not fall through. If I had a little dog, I would make sure that their paws aren't going to go through. Good boy. What a good boy you are. Good job. Now, go ahead and find different things you have in the house. It's just having them explore and have fun with it. And that is how we do socialization at home. Yay, good job. Good catches, baby. Boy, awesome. Awesome. Good boy. Very nice.
Okay, so we're going to move along to our last topic for this webinar, and that is to talk about socializing to separation. Because many of our families are home from work and school right now, our puppies are not getting accustomed to being left alone. And it is such an important skill. Whether you are working when your puppy arrives so that your puppy has some experience with being crated or left alone, in that case, we just want to make sure that we're keeping our puppy's home alone skills sharp. And if this is a brand new puppy, we want to get that going. In the first case, keep in mind that your dogs are going to thrive with routines. So whatever that routine looks like in a normal time, which right now it is not, everybody's home, we want to make sure our puppies have some routine where they have some separation time each and every day. It may not be for the hours that we would be leaving them on a normal work day, but a little bit every day will go a long way. And the last piece is just for those dogs that are barking when their owners are trying to work at home. This is a skill that can be trained. We can work and actually achieve a puppy that doesn't bark at everything that goes by. But for the time being, management is going to be your best bet. Simply cover the windows or close the curtains. Use baby gates to prevent access to the windows, or be crating your puppy so that they are blocked away from all of those distractions. If your puppy cries when they're crated or separated, devote some training time to getting that piece of the behavior taken care of. Have some foodstuff toys, Kongs, ready for those opportune times. If you're feeding your puppy at 9 a.m., but you have a 10 a.m. meeting, Maybe it's would be easier to actually feed them at that 10 o'clock time. And if your puppy is barking, you can try yelling at them, but it can actually make the problem worse over the long term. It may initially suppress the barking, but with repeated occurrences, your puppy might actually get accustomed to your yelling, or it can cause anxiety, which can cause him to bark even more. And yelling is attention. He might even think that you're barking with him. So the best thing to do is use management to start with and work on crate training and home alone skills outside of your work hours. In this video, I'm going to show you how I have socialized to the sound that many dogs would actually alert to or react to. This is Voodoo. He's 2.5. He is a very confident boy. I simply thought of this when I had all of the things put out for Mojo's videos, so I left them out. But in the background, you're going to hear me playing the sounds of barking dogs. You can go on YouTube and find virtually any sound effect that you are looking for. If your dog alerts to those dogs barking in the neighborhood or to the sound of big trucks like delivery trucks coming to the house, we can at least minimize their response to those sounds by helping them understand that when they hear that, good things happen for them. Okay. Now, what I would say in this case, the sound of the barking dogs, I would actually put at about a medium volume, but you can look at Voodoo's body language and tell that he's not bothered by it in the least. If he was unable to actually have fun with me right there, attend to me, pick up the treats, play with the different things, and only be standing there listening to the sounds, I would lower the volume. If he left the room or I saw any other signs of anxiety at the sound, I would start at a lower volume and increase as they get accustomed to it. Voodoo is obviously very accustomed and okay with the sound of barking dogs. I could probably increase the volume and still get calm and comfortable body language. You have to look at your dog and determine where they are and work your way up, starting at the nice low volume where they are able to still take treats and attend to you. This is just a handout. It's not something that I wrote. I don't need to reinvent the wheel here, but I thought it was a really nice synopsis of different things that you can be doing with your puppies right now to socialize them to all kinds of different things. Last but not least, have fun together. Make memories, create positive experiences, have fun, and take pictures. Puppyhood really doesn't last forever, and while this one is going to be a little non-traditional, it is still going to be awesome, and you will miss it when they are big. In this picture, that is Mojo 7 months ago. He was a 15-pound little ball of fun. 7 months later, and he's actually taller than Voodoo. So take advantage of this stage, have fun, Thank you for supporting your local small businesses. And if you need any help or more information, you are welcome to contact Pup Dogs Training. It's Susan at pupdogs.com or www.pupdogs.com. Have a great day, and thank you for joining me.